Silenzio. Il Duomo. E just sono qui.
Ciao ragazzi, and welcome to the Danger Lounge. I'm your host, the Dangerous One. Today, Donjay Sony. Donjay Sony is here to talk one about my favorite subjects, travel, but specifically one particular nation that I have vast affinity for, and I share a little bit of heritage with, and quite a bit of experience. And I'm going to do a series of at least 2, maybe 3 videos on the country of Italy. So this video is going to be why I love Italy and why, if you haven't been there, you will too. And if you have been there, you're probably going to agree with me. And let's be honest here, it's not hard to sell Italy. Simply look at a postcard, for God's sakes. Look at the cuisine. It's not hard to sell it. But when anybody asks me about Italy and why I love it so much, I'm like, well, if you haven't been there, if you've been there, I don't have to explain it. But if you haven't been there, it's the Dolce Vita. It's one of the reasons why this entire channel was created. The lifestyle. But we'll get to that. The obvious reason why you love Italy, or why I love Italy, is for beautiful nouns. People, places, and things. Hey, you love beautiful people? Yeah, they got that. Some of the most beautiful people in the world. Olive skin, either really light eyes with a dark hair, or dark hair, dark eyes. Or if you go up north, you might have actually light features. Do you love beautiful landscapes and architecture? Yeah, they got that. You love food? They got food. Oh yeah, they got that. Do you love art? Yeah, they got that. Let's go through these one by one, shall we? Again, beautiful people. I've already said that one. And I don't know about you, but there are very few accents that are sexier and more musical and pleasurable to listen to than an Italian accent. They got that. History. You guys like history? Roman history? I mean, the Roman Empire? The history of Italy is fascinating because it's been invaded 1,000 times. So each province has something unique to it, and they're all a little bit competitive, which makes it interesting. And of course, you get to the soccer teams, and they're all competitive, and you have the North versus the South, just like it is in a lot of countries, including our own. So there's a cool dynamic that goes there, a little bit of rivalry, a little bit of competitiveness that makes it rather compelling. So you got the history of Rome. You got the history of Sicily. You got the history of Naples, where pizza was invented. You have the history of Venice. Casanova, Caesar, all the historical figures, Caesar, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, all the Ninja Turtles, Dante, Machiavelli. The list goes on and on and on. And they're all right there. In fact, the history is so rich, you can actually go and see their grave sites right now. Amazing. Pro tip, if you really like history and you haven't been, you have to go south near Naples to Pompeii. If you don't know what Pompeii is, go Google that shit right now. You should know. Pompeii is the city. So you have, in the background of Naples, you have Mount Vesuvius, right, which is a volcano. So Vesuvius, back in the day, centuries ago, blew up, covered all of Pompeii. All right, so I'll give you a quick story. I go to Pompeii, and I'm thinking, it's like any other historical site. You're going to go there, you're going to see a few relics. It's going to be really interesting. Take a few pictures. Oh, this is really cool. And then you leave. So that's exactly what I saw when I first walked in there. So I was with my ex at the time, and we go and we're looking at, she's really into history as well. So she and I were checking it out. And you go there and you're looking at, all right, this is this artifact from back in the day. Wow, really cool Roman history, blah, blah, blah. And then you walk up to this platform. It's this huge platform, I'd say like 4x4, and it's slightly elevated. So you can see, and it's a map. So you step on the platform and you look at this elevated map, and you see the little dot, you are here, right? And then you're like, well, we're here, but what's all this other stuff? Because it's massive. Like you're in the middle of this massive map, and you look up, and you're like, holy shit. Wow. It's an entire city that you weren't even aware that existed. Like you just thought there were these artifacts that are leading you into, and you look up and you're amongst this ancient city that's been preserved. And it's almost its entirety in some places. Absolutely fascinating. Even if you're not a history buff, you gotta see it's like a lifestyle has been preserved right there. And then you walk through and you see, ads in Latin for whoever's running for governor or whatever. And then you'd see like the brothels that were there. You see the cobblestones, these huge cobblestones where the horses would come through. You just see how life was back then living in this city. What would have been like? Because a lot of it remains nearly unscathed. It's unbelievable. And they uncovered this in like the 1700s, and they're still to this day still uncovering things. It's absolutely astounding. And then the craziest thing to me, and I can't get over this because this doesn't leave you right away. So when Vesuvius hit, a lot of people think they died because they're covered in ash and all that, but the truth of the matter is people died because the toxic gases from the volcano killed them. So they're breathing in these toxic gases. And so you see preserved, they have this lucite container when you first walk in of, it looks like a mother and her baby and just random people, maybe 4 or 5 figures. And you see them doing this. And you can literally see the outline because they've been totally preserved. It's obviously, they're fossilized basically, but you see where the line of the material, whatever clothing they're wearing, meets their skin. It blows your mind. And they're covering their faces, obviously, near the time of their death because of the volcanic gases. And you see this, 2 or 3 people, and you see like a little baby there, and a mother like covering the baby. I mean, it's just really, it's disturbing at one level, but it's also fascinating. And then you walk through the city, and you see little mini coliseums, and you see, little theater, you see a vineyard. It's just utterly fascinating. So check it out. And then the other thing, then you just showing how many artifacts they have. They have this, you call it. They have like this little storage unit, almost like a locker. It's like a storage. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's like an open storage unit. It's like almost like a little mini garage or an actual size garage. And they have these shelves where they store stuff. So you have like old pottery that they found, maybe like some of them are broken, some of them repairing, old artifacts on there, storage supplies, whatever they might have back here that you would see in a garage, really. But obviously it's from Pompeii. They're storing artifacts from Pompeii. And amongst all the other things, the pottery and everything else, there's another figure or two, someone curled up like this, like huddled in the fetal position, like that, preserved forever as he's fossilized. It's just, you can't get over that. It's like I say, it's disturbing, but really interesting. You like food? Yeah, they got that. They got food. Do I even need to talk about this? Any food. Is there any better cuisine in the world? Yeah, you can argue if you want to, but you'd be wrong. They have the best. You want pizza? They got that. Yeah, they invented that in Naples. You like pasta? They got how many different sauces you want? You want a spicy sauce? You want a red sauce? You want a marinara? You want a Fra Diavolo? You want a arrabbiata sauce? What do you want? They got it. And see, a lot of people think Italian cuisine is just pastas and breads. Now, there's a lot of bread. Don't worry, you're going to get some bread. You get it for every meal. And then more bread. You get bread for bread. Then you got the olive oil, and you got the homemade. Just unbelievable. But they don't just do bread, is what I'm saying. They do Seafood, a lot of seafood. You have some of the food from the South, a lot of tomato products, a lot of seafood, a lot of food they would make back in the day when people were poor. Some of the best food that there is. I mean, they're very simple ingredients, but very fresh. Italians are known for having very fresh food. I mean, one of my favorite things to do when I'm in Italy is to do nothing but walk around and eat. Mangia. Walk and eat. Walk and eat. Just eat and go to the next one. All right. Well, I haven't tried this pizza yet. Eat. Let's walk another 3 miles. Oh, look, there's a new pizza. Oh, well, it's time to eat dinner now. So let's sit down and have the full course meal and try something new. And then, of course, you got to have gelati. So there's gelato stands everywhere. And again, it's the same deal. Walk there. Let's try another one. Walk to the next one. Let's try another one. Oh, I haven't tried that flavor. That. Which one do I have? I'll have them both. Thank you very much. La Dolce Vita. Bam. It's incredible. It never gets old. And for whatever reason, I think because Italy's magic, you don't get fat because you're constantly walking. And by the way, the food is fresh. So it's not like having a pasta here. It's not like having, bread here. I mean, again, you still got your calories. It's not like you're absent of calories, but the lifestyle is different. The food is fresh. You're not putting all the preservatives in the food. A lot of it's made fresh daily. You can go to the local market and they've just picked whatever they're going to use in their food from the local, gardens or fields, or, slaughtered the cow, a few miles from here, and they made something out of it that day. And you're eating it right now, homemade. And I mean, I don't know how you beat that. Landscapes. You like landscapes? I like landscapes. I love photography. I love beautiful things. I love beautiful people, things, places. And you can literally go to Italy, put up your phone or your camera, take a shot, and it belongs on a postcard. You don't even have to be good at it. That's how beautiful it is. That is how gorgeous it is. In any landscape you want. You want water, they've got it's a peninsula, for God's sakes. Take your pick. You want to ski? Go up north. You have the Alps. Ski to your heart's content. You want a boat? Get a boat. You want hilly landscapes? You got Tuscany. You want lakes? They got lakes. You can go to Lake Como. I mean, anything you want, landscape-wise, is in Italy. You got mountains, you got flatlands, you got rivers, you got anything you want. They got it. Not to mention they have a floating city, literally, in Venice. You want a floating city? Yeah, good luck finding that somewhere else. Seasons. You want winters? You go up north to the Alps. Again, you do your skiing, go in the mountains. If you want your tropic weather, guess what? Go down south to Calabria or Sicily. They got tropical weather. You're going to be hot. You're going to sweat. You're going to have a tan. It's going to be glorious. Do you like art? Yeah, they got that too. In fact, some of the best artists of all time. Ever heard of the Renaissance? Michelangelo? You never heard of him? Yeah, kind of important. Da Vinci. I mean, it's in fact, if you like art, there's first of all, you got to go to Florence, right? Because they have the Uffizi Museum. They have the baptistery where the Renaissance began. They have the Duomo that's there. That's just unbelievable. Um, Sistine Chapel is in Rome, right? So you go there. In fact, if you go to Rome, before we get out of Florence, you go to Florence, you got the Statue of David's there. Da Vinci lived there, so there's all kinds of stuff on Da Vinci. I mean, it just never ends. It's unbelievable. If you go to Vatican City in Rome, Vatican City is its own city, but you go to Vatican City, and you go to the museum that they have there. It will blow your mind. It will absolutely blow your mind. I'm not a big tour guy when I go places, but there's certain tours that I want to go on because how else am I going to like? So you pay for this tour to go around this museum. They can tell you what you're looking at.
Rome has 13 obelisks dating back from ancient Egyptian times.
And again, you have works of Da Vinci just sitting on the wall. And how much is that thing worth? Number one, but number two, it's incredible. It's the most beautiful pieces of art that you've ever seen, and they have access to all of it, and it's sitting right there, and it's these massively large rooms on these massive walls, and they have I just go. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You walk around. So if you like art, yeah, go there. Architecture, like architecture, what the Italians did and the Romans did back in the day before modern technology, it's unbelievable. It's like what the Egyptians. How did the Egyptians do what they did with the pyramids? That advanced, we would have a hard time doing that now. How did they do that back then? But same thing with the Romans. I mean, if you look at Il Duomo in Italy, and you climb the stairs, you go up and see the artwork that's on the dome, and you get up on top and you look around at the city, and you look at how beautiful the landscape is, and you look how just how beautiful the architecture is. Then you go to Venice and you see St. Michael's Square and the architecture there in the church. It's just like it's mind blowing. Like, how did they do that centuries ago? How? I have no idea, but they did. And then again, the artwork is just anyway. It's unbelievable. But the number one thing about it, and the reason why you have to go to Italy, especially as an American, is the lifestyle, the Dolce Vita lifestyle. One of the main reasons why I have this channel, why I named it La Dolce Vita Lifestyle, because it's living life as art. You don't live to work, you work to live. And of course you have a vision, of course you're dreaming, and of course you're striving, just like you would anywhere else in the world. Maybe not everywhere else, but of course you're doing those things. But there's an emphasis on taking a deep breath, smelling the roses, enjoying your cup of espresso, enjoying your wine, enjoying the company around. You notice I don't wear a watch. There's a reason for that. Life should unfold as it should need to unfold. Clearly you have business and obligations you have to tend to, but people are out in the piazza and they're enjoying, and it's quiet a lot of times, unless there's Americans around, then it gets loud. It's quiet, and you're drinking wine, you're having a great conversation, and everything is art. Everything is art. The conversation is art. Obviously, the art is art. The architecture is art. The landscapes are art. The food, the cuisine is art. The ice cream is art. The way they present to you the food is art. The language itself was written to be poetry. Is art.
E cos'è? Sì, ma è pieno così.
Perché il tropical pizza secondo te no?
Tu ce l'ha sicuro.
No, va a Mosca Cieca.
Sì.
My new friends.
Ah, grazie.
Bello.
La mattina che è più nitido si può vedere le isole, la Corsica, la Gorgona.
Va, parlate. Salutate.
Perché devi parlare con
Parla con la
Tocca male.
Ciao Mario. Ciao Mario.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Domani?
Yeah.
Festa di Sole.
Yeah.
Alla Londra.
The way they live, the lifestyle, what I'm getting at, is art. It's creative. You choose your own adventure.
Brindisi, la la la la la. Brindisi, la la la la la. La la la la la la la la la la.
Salute!
Ciao, ehi!
Sono maschi! Giassone.
Mi chiamo Giassone.
Yeah.
How may I help you?
Giassone.
Giassone.
Salute Giassone.
Salute di Giassone. Salute.
Salute.
Salute.
Oh, Anton, Anik.
Fratelli Italiani. Now you're trying to fuck me up here. There's a way that you wear your hat. There's a book called, it's a book on a Sinatra. It's called The Way You Wear Your Hat. And it's talking about this, right? This is why it matters, because this is all about, this philosophy of Dolce Vita and this channel is all about living life as art, choosing your own adventure. This is not a paint by numbers gig. This is having a vision, going after it, live creatively, you know, live something with some purpose, live something with some style. You know, the way you live your life is a style. You have a style of living. That's your lifestyle. Create it. How do you want to live? In Italy, they know how to do it better. They just do. Living life is art. And I'll tell you one last story. I think I've said this in other videos, but this will personify, or this will best exemplify living life as art, this philosophy, the Dolce philosophy of saying. And I'm an actor as well. And one of the shows I used to love was Inside the Actor Studio. It used to be on one of those networks. Anyway, they had John Travolta on. And they were asking him about his roles with Nick Cage. He had a role with Nick Cage back in the 90s called Face Off. They were saying, hey, Nick's Italian, you're part Italian, you know, what's that like? And he's like, well, and, you know, goes, they're saying, well, Nick Cage talks about living life as art. What is that? And he goes, look, and really what he was describing was La Dolce Vita. But what he said was, life is an art. Actually, I said that. I don't think he said it, but he said, the Italians, the Europeans do it better than we do, specifically the Italians. But he's like, I'll give you an example. He goes, when I moved to New York, I didn't have any money. He's like, you know, I was a struggling actor like anybody else moving there as a struggling actor. And he said, let's say I had $5. He goes, now, when it came time to, you know, wanting to read something, he goes, all my friends would use that $5 to buy the latest magazine or whatever, and that's fine. He goes, I would take that same $5, and instead of getting that gossip magazine or that, I would buy it, let's say a Wall Street Journal. All right, I feel like that was more enriching. Then he goes, then, you know, want to go see a movie, all my friends would stop and they would go see whatever the latest top 5 movie was, whatever was out that was trending at that point. And he goes, you know, same $5. I'm going to go see the latest Fellini flick or a French film or Italian film, whatever, right? Same $5, different experience. Lunchtime would come around. He goes, $5. They were going to the local burger joint. He's like, man, I've done that. I know what that's like. That's not enriching my life. Same $5, I can make the choice to go to the local French cafe. And for that same $5, I'm suddenly transformed to Paris. And I have a glass of wine. I've got a little baguette, piece of bread, and my meal. Same $5, but a much more enriching experience. It's like the burger joint had done that. And that is what living lives are. That's La Dolce Vita, really. And that's why I have this YouTube channel, because I try to encourage everybody to live their own adventure and offer a little bit of fun along the way and encourage you to build your own lifestyle, whatever that is. It's not for me to tell you what adventure and how to live it. I'm just here as a tour guide, if you will. And a practitioner also of La Dolce Vita and the La Dolce Vita experience, adding layers yourself through experiences, living a creative and interesting lifestyle, living life as art, living creatively. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do, or even if you don't, will you just hit the like button, for God's sakes? Share this with somebody who loves Italy, or maybe is thinking about going to Italy. I'm going to do some more videos about Italy because, again, it's been a focus of mine, and also an influence and an inspiration for the La Dolce Vita network that I built, I'm working on building, for bringing together a network of people, like-minded people that want to be their best selves, want to create this masterpiece that is their life, this canvas that is your life, that you're creating this version of yourself through different paintbrushes, different textures, different tools. And you have this vision for want your masterpiece to be, and you're creating it daily. And you have this vision, and it's up to you to create something beautiful. And that's what this channel has always been about. And travel is certainly part of that. Part of one of those experiences, one of those profoundly important experiences. You got to do it. It will expand you. You will think differently. You'll see a different perspective, a different side of things. You will grow. You will be a better person. And it will challenge you in good ways. So, till next time, guys, don't forget to live dangerously, but also live La Dolce Vita this time. And if you get a chance to go to Italy, hit me up. I might have some tips for you. And until next time, ciao.
Motorbike.
Lupo!
Saluto America, uguale.
Stallone italiano! Qui.
Questo, this.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Napoli. Viva! Viva Italia! Oh mamma, pesce stucca bacala. Oh mamma, pesce stucca bacala. Pesce stucca bacala. Francesco.
İstanbul'da gel İstanbul'da gel sen de. Gel bir hafta. Değil valla süper olur.
Lenze.
Orange digitoria.
No, aspetta, guarda. Guarda. Sì.
Like this. Okay, okay.
Ah, bomba di
No,
suono.
Malik.
Non male,
Per la prima volta è
It's been a
buono,
couple
dai.
years.
He's wonderful.
Abbiamo scoperto un
Make all
pizzaiolo.
shapes and shit with that. That's art, artist.
Fan det här laddare? Ja? Se non è un troppo un po' horno. Ma chi siamo che fai? Perché sta rapendo? Oh, mi ci diverto, quando non è strano.
Hey, what?
Yeah, watch.
What do you want? Right here?
Mi sta spaccando.
Vai, go.
Troppo veloce, Jude. Perduto il tiro. Ma è pure lievitata assai.
Ok, bravo.
No, che farina usi? Zero, no? Tipo zero? Sì, ma moglie vedete, no,
Vai.
ha solo girare.
Veloce. Ok.
Troppo forza.
Ok, vai.
Da così però, imbrogliati.
Adesso,
There's
guarda.
something else.
Guarda, ok.
Gira così. C'ha peso, apiglia in angolo e ca. Apiglia in sta maniera e ca. C'ha fare due gira, c'ha peso, ca. Ma hai 2 metri là. Tipo non vede 4 minuti questa, non ha rotto la pallina.
Yes.
Ha un'impressione. Chi sei di... non stia bene. Ma che c'hai di questo? Che sei in ormai, perduto la piccola.
Vai. Ecco.
Oh, we got it now.
Chi si fa come pizza?
Bravo.
Pagnotto.
Applauso.
Bravo!
Yes.
Giassone!
Bene italiano.
Pizza man.
Cercivell.
Come out of retirement, I used to do that shit. Come out of retirement to show you guys.
I don't know if you noticed anything about me thus far in our short amount of time together, Tristano, but I'm a man who loves adventure.
Bye pussy.